Maidman, please. Jennifer Maidman.
When even senior clergy admit they cannot live according to the religious dogma they promote, is it time for a radical rethink of church teachings on gender, sex and sexuality?
Did you catch that one? Yes. The question, of course, referring, I suspect, to the troubles of the Roman Catholic Church in Scotland and Cardinal O'Brien, but also a whole lot of other scandals of one sort or another. Just repeat it for you, Melanie. When even senior clergy admit they cannot live according to the dogma they promote, is it time for a radical rethink of church teachings on gender and sex and sexuality? Your go.
Well, if the question is referring to the difficulties of the Catholic Church and Cardinal O'Brien and so on, and the many scandals in the Catholic Church about paedophile priests, I think there is a fundamental problem that the Catholic Church has, which is its repudiation of human sexuality. Its complete ban on married priests. Personally, I think this is, I mean, I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Jew. And the Jewish religion puts an enormous priority on marriage and children. And so that's my perspective. But I do think there is something very unnatural about expecting human beings to live in a state of chastity without wives and children. And while that can't entirely explain the phenomenon of paedophile priests, I think it's a very significant part of it. I do think it's a crisis for the Catholic Church. I'm not somebody who thinks that churches have to, run with the secular tide, adapt themselves to changing social mores, because churches are different. There's no reason why churches which adhere to religious precepts should take on board what are secular social attitudes. So I would defend churches if they wish to have a very traditional, socially conservative point of view. But I do think there's a point at which, if you deny human nature and you make it impossible to be a full human being, and you expect people to kind of sublimate what is a natural state of affairs, then you are asking for trouble. And I think that the Church, for many years has covered this up. I mean, I think one of the things that's so shocking to us all, isn't it, is not that this phenomenon, not just this phenomenon is happening, but for so many years it has been covered up. And even today it is being covered up. And I think that's what's so shocking, the cover-ups, the hypocrisy.
And of course with Cardinal O'Brien, he was actually constantly attacking homosexuality. Captives of sexual aberration, he said, of homosexuals.
Yes.
Steve